some sort of deal. Lots happening in the Senate. Let's talk to Republican Senator from North Dakota, my good friend, by the way, John Hoeven. Senator, good to have you with us. Thanks for joining me tonight.
Governor Mike, good to be with you.
I want to begin. Let's talk about this sort of really mixed message we're getting. McConnell says we're close to a deal. He's talked to Biden, talking to the White House. He's optimistic. Harry Reid comes out, basically says the sky is falling, nothing good is happening. Who's right?
You know, I think the basic tenets are in place to get to a deal. We need to get this done for the American people. So I think the basic framework is there, and I hope that what you're seeing is some pushing, hopefully by the president. He needs to be involved, and he needs to push to get the deal done. I think we can do it. I think we have all the framework in place. All the elements are there. We need to just get her done.
John, you and I have been friends a long time. I'm not going to talk to you as a senator. Don't talk to me as a talk show guy. Let's just talk friends and ignore the fact that several million people are listening in on our conversation. Describe for me, tell me what the real atmosphere is like when you guys go behind the closed doors and you're talking. You don't have to break any confidences, but take us into that room and tell us what's going on back there.
You know, Mike, from our perspective, we have got to get a grip on spending. We have got to create a pro-growth, a pro-jobs economic environment, just like you did when you were in governor in Arkansas. We've got to create that for this country, but we've got, at the same time, we've got to get a grip on spending. And so for this debt ceiling increase at the same time, we have got to get reductions that equal or exceed the amount that we increase this debt ceiling. And that's just fundamental to basic fiscal health for the future of our country.
But what about
that's
attitudes?
Where we're coming from, and we've been consistent in that effort. And we're going to get there.
Well, what about the attitudes? Are senators angry? Are they frustrated? Tell me the emotion that when they get in that room, what they're expressing.
Yeah, all of the above, all of the above. But my feeling is that, you know, we've laid out a plan to get this country back to fiscal health, and we've got to do it. Both now, for the good of our country now, but for future generations, for our kids. You know, to have the kind of country that we grew up in, we have got to get a grip on spending. And again, I believe that we're basically there. And now we just have to finish off this deal and get it done before Tuesday.
We had an interesting conversation with Congressman Dreyer, who introduced the Reid bill in the House today. It miserably failed on a bipartisan basis. What message did that send to your Democratic colleagues, and specifically to Harry Reid, after he's been saying all week that his bill was the only one that could pass in the House?
Governor, I think it sent a very important message. I just got done meeting with about 40 members of the House. We had kind of a quick dinner together just to compare notes. I think it sent a very strong message that the Boehner plan is the basic framework. And I really think that's the framework that the administration and the Senate and House leaders were very close to last weekend. And that's what you saw today from Leader McConnell and also from Speaker Boehner, is that framework is the framework that can work, and now we just need to finish it up and get it done. We get more savings, then we increase the debt ceiling, we get a vote on the balanced budget amendment. It gets us on the right track. It's not as much as we need, but it's a big step in the right direction.
Do you sense that there are some Democrats, maybe some that even come to you privately? They're not ready to go on the record. They're not going to come on my show and say this. But privately, they say to you, they want to get this done, and they realize that at least some semblance of the Boehner bill is the best they're going to come up with. Is that happening? You
know, I think so, and I really think that's where we're going. And again, I think you see some, you know, sometimes people think that when something, you know, like the Boehner bill got voted down in the Senate, that you start over. That's not the case. I think you adjust and you move forward. That's what we're going through. And so you see some optimism from one side, maybe some pessimism from the other side, but that's part of pushing the process to a conclusion. You know, as a governor, that's what has to happen for the good of the country.
And sometimes it's hard to get that done. John Hoeven, you do know it. You've been a governor, you're a senator, and I hope you and your colleagues can get us resolved somehow in this. Thank you very much for being here. Hope to see you soon.
God bless.
Coming up.